out, Merry Christmas, and people will be doing whatever it is they can do to have a fantastic Christmas. But this Christmas is posing a new type of problem. Now, in addition, right, to fuel now sold at 1,080 naira or 1,100 naira, depending on what part of Nigeria you are at. In addition, to power supply not particularly great in some areas. In some areas, it's pretty good. Let's be very honest, right? I know it's not just about doom, gloom, and all the other things that happens in the room type of conversation. No, this is a very honest, down to God knows that people are shocked type of conversation. Because whilst everybody is trying to grasp or trying to grapple, with the travel cost, I heard some people started to travel yesterday, because they're trying to beat the rush that usually comes with, Christmas travel. Unfortunately, it's still going to happen that, on that day, 23rd, 24th, you still have people who are trying to run to the village for whatever reason or the other. The prognosis right now is, okay, we'll probably will not have as many people traveling as we used to in the past. That's the prognosis. Well, some people are saying, no matter what happens, people will find a way. Well, we will find out, right, in a few days. Give us about 5 or 6 more days. We'll find out if the predictions come true. But what is on our plate this morning is prices. No, we're not going to go around the, price of goods and services. No, that's not it. Of one particular commodity, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we'll be talking about this morning. Now, first things first, get onto Facebook at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. That's where you find us on Facebook. Also, that handle serves as our page on X at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. You done that? You should be there now. Good. Because now we're going to talk about a very interesting item. You see, for those of you who like to cook, all right? For those of you who like to cook, right? There's a combo that's usually the basis of many a meal on this planet, all right? You know them as garlic, particularly for our Middle Eastern brothers. You love garlic. It's garlic bread and all the type of thing. Garlic, there's ginger. Yeah, some people like turmeric, right? Yeah, some people like that. Some bay leaves or parsley leaves. Most Nigerians don't really know that. But you see, we know garlic, onions, and ginger. See these three things? Almost every stew, almost every soup in this country has these as their, in fact, not just this country, almost everywhere in the world, right? Some salads have this as their base. There's a culinary term for it. I'm trying to remember what it is. It just escapes my mind. But you see, in September, there was a scarcity of ginger. Ginger was scarce. And then also in May of this year, now the reason was, hey, look, the harvest was hit by a serious disease. Some call it the COVID. Was it the COVID of garlic? Sorry, of ginger, right? So we couldn't find ginger, in large supply. So I used to buy, some small stocks. Okay, this was 200, 300. All right, though, we managed. And then garlic too joined the bandwagon. Oh, it's expensive now. Okay, it's not this. Okay. Now, December 17th, ladies and gentlemen, for the past week and a half, right, the price of onions has nearly hit the price of petrol. And I'm not even lying. I kid you not. Now, for those of you who are married, with your wife who does a lot of shopping, you probably may not know this, right? Remember, there was also the time, sometime this year, there was a scarcity of tomatoes as well. There was a tomato blight or something. This year just seems to have had its fingers on all the basic fruits and items we like to eat. But you see, now, there's a scarcity, or they claim there's a scarcity, because I won't find out what the reason is now. All right, there's a scarcity of onions. My question to you, those of you who have been to the market, ladies and gentlemen, the current prices of onions, is it justified in this Port Harcourt? Because 3 weeks ago, the last time I went and bought, and I was making one of my world famous stews. Thank you very much. You're far too kind. I bought the onions. The guy was saying I bought 600 naira worth of onions, and I was not happy. So I divided them. I said, okay, I'll use 300 naira, and I'll use this one when I want to buy my soup items. When I wanted to buy my soup items, I forgot. And I bought another batch of 600 naira onion bags, right? Just buy them, right? So I bought 600 naira, right? And I used half of that again, made my soup. Ladies and gentlemen, from that 3 weeks, that's November till today, is those small onion bulbs that yours truly has been using to cook. Those small onion bags. Because the last time I went to the market last week, the man told me a small onion bulb, small, those of you on Facebook, you can see me. My hand is like this. Small something like this. The man with his full chest said, Oga, 150 naira. It's not the first time it's happened, because when I did my research yesterday to talk about this, would you believe it? That about 3 years ago, there was also a scarcity of onions. And then let's not forget that during lockdown, 2020 lockdown, during that Easter period, right? Just as the former governor then eased off so people can go and prepare, onions became a big deal across Port Harcourt. Back then, the argument was, hey, you see, transport, the police, and then they cost them. They collect money from my hand. It's too much. Now I am wondering, what in God's good name is the justification for a small bulb of onions to cost 100 naira? And then those big parts, those of you who own restaurants, you want to go and buy those custard bowls. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 15,000 naira worth of onions.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0003, 017-923-0007. You can probably hear from my voice, I am pained, I'm peppered, I'm agitated, I'm aggravated at this moment. So, what's the justification? And after the break, I promise you, I'm going to be sharing some alternatives to onions. But the problem is, many of the alternatives I have listed here, how many Nigerians know where they can get them? And at what price? Exactly. Okonkwo is on the line, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0003. Okonkwo, good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning, Brother Jude.
Good morning.
Provocative situation on food items and commodities in the country. Brother Jude, about 2 months ago, I went to the market and bought one big head of onion. They said 200 naira. I asked them, 200 onion? Which before life, I went back to buy onion, the big head. Brother Jude, they told me one head of onion, 500 naira.
Welcome.
500 naira. Onion,
one, yes. But Okonkwo, the question is, do you think the price is justified? They said it is scarce, it's out of season. Is that justifiable?
Thank you for this question. It's not justifiable. But the problem we have is that when you ask them, they say fuel has increased.
Oh, okay. It's because of fuel. Michael, how much are people buying onions in Aba?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. How much?
Similar thing. You said your own is 150. That's a little long. This one in Aba will get 200, 250. So I think our problem, we find ourselves in a situation that the government has felt its duty, responsibility of money things that are important to the citizens. Now anybody can have one excuse or allegation to one thing or the other, starting from the state points and all that and all that. While we can see that some market unions are responsible of all these things.
Okay, that's another. We'll get to these questions and solutions when we come back. 8:53 a.m. I just got word that it's not just in Port Harcourt, I'm not surprised anyway, also in Lagos, that onions has also turned into a deal breaker for many a shop goer. Now, the report has it that as at the end of last month, the price of onions, right, jumped by 100%. Yeah, 17th November 2024. Yes, it's on PM News. Exactly. But for the first time, you see, back in 2020, it happened. In 2021, in fact, let me open this page for you and read this excerpt. And this is from pricepally.com. All right, this was 2021. All right, 2021. All right, onion. So now this publication basically stated that several factors vary from soaring demand, production season, flooding of farmlands, and inadequate storage facilities have been widely acknowledged for the drastic surge in prices and scarcity in supply. You see, at that time, 2021, right, a basket of onion was said to retail for just about 7,000 naira. They were shouting, please, if you have a wife or if you have time, just take a catwalk down to any of the big markets in Port Harcourt today. Let them tell you what the small, not the ones that they cheat people where they put a lot of grass in it. Get a decent basket and ask them how much they are willing to part with for that basket. Just ask them. You'll be surprised. So the question is it justified? Because there are two primary reasons why I have a problem with the pricing. Because like this blog this excerpt I just read for you, it says one of the major problems is the storage of onions. Now, I have been, just like my parents taught me, my mom taught me, we've been keeping onions in our house for a generation. How? We expose it, right, leave it on the ground. Then during the rainy seasons or sometimes during this time of the year, we'll bring it outside so that the sun can help, remove some of the moisture. Because onions, after a while, the onion starts to grow on its own. That's one. Or they start to rot. So the sun, the heat is meant to reduce the process. They will not keep forever. They really will not keep forever. So except you have regular power supply that you can grind your onions into a paste, which is what we used to do, right? Keep it in the freezer, or you turn it, right, into powder. You grind it and dry it, becomes powder. You have to consume onions. So for this particular reason, I can understand why people say, okay, because you can't store it, it's expensive. But it's that same reason why it should not be this expensive. Because if you know anything about the markets, if somebody holds on to tomatoes for too long, the woman they do shakara and don't go sell, they will get spoiled. And guess what? When they get spoiled, the value reduces. And so people like Jude now come. Those buckets of tomatoes, some are very strong, some are very soft. Instead of selling to me as you had initially planned for 3,000 naira, I will now price you, madam. If you don't take 1,000, I come out. And then you now say, bros, come and take. But now it's onions. My question is, this price or these varying prices of onions, Rumokuta market, it's a different price when you go to Ozoba market. I think the best place right now to go and buy your onions is Rumokoro and Oyemio market tomorrow. But it's not going to be as cheap as it was a month or two ago. Justification? What are the reasons these traders have been telling you why the price of onions has gone up? Oh yeah, I'll also tell you alternatives to onions, all right?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. Let's get to Facebook because there are lots of comments on Facebook on this subject matter. All right, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Canada Dick on Facebook says, every government that comes in River State for food and cash crops each year budgets billions for Ministry of Agriculture and Island Agricultural Agencies. Why is the River State Ministry of Agriculture not having mechanized farm settlements in our 23 local government areas to solve our basic food production of onions, tomatoes, pepper, yam, vegetables, rice, meat, eggs, chicken, vegetable, dairy, milk, butter? Why? Canada, that's a very good question. And if you were paying attention yesterday when Andrew Ifiemi had Joe Johnson, that's the information commissioner, tell us, real out some of the plans this current administration is making, you ask, okay, why hasn't this been done prior? Joel Lewis on Facebook says, this is what I've been doing recently. When a seller tells me the price of onions exorbitant, I'll ask him, where the onions they give person self? They won't know, so I walk away. How can a small bulb of onion be sold for 200 naira and the tiniest ones for 100 naira? Is the onions giving me extra life? Hey, oh, it's okay. Well, it is. Yes, let me tell you now. It is. Let me explain what onions actually does in your body, right? They are aromatic ingredients, that's onion, garlic, and ginger, right? So they add flavor to your dishes. But onions is also an antioxidant. It also helps in the reduction of inflammation. So it's anti-inflammatory. There's some small, extra, chemicals inside onions that help. And don't forget, it's also part of some medications. If you didn't know, some herbal medication. So yes, you kind of need, you would be better off if you have onions. It's not like you would die if you don't have onions, but yeah, you'll be better off if you have onions in your meal. Yes, that's what onions does. So yes, you should have onions. Jacob Esther says, if you buy onions for 5K now, you need like 7 security vehicles to accompany you to your house. Else, you might get even kidnapped. It's a problem, oh. Mark Richie says, these people that come to Port Harcourt to increase the price of any goods with the mindset that there's money in Port Harcourt, any amount you tell them, they will buy. Onions is everywhere, not like it's scarce, but it's just the mindset. All right, Adebiyi says, onions is not scarce, but expensive. They always look for ways to make our December expensive. Prince Chidi says, I got this for 2,000 naira yesterday at OME Market. Let me count. He sent a picture on Facebook. Let me count. And there are small bulbs in a basket. Small bulbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They tried for you. That's each one is about 115 naira. 2,000 naira for 15 bulbs of onions. Man of God, you are a rich man. Prince Chidi, you are a rich man. Spending 2,000 naira on onions. You are rich. Very rich. JJ is in PA Town. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Jude.
Good morning.
Jude, I don't forbid onions. I totally forbid it. I flee from it. Because in the long run, some things you just feel like this, and you feel so guilty to even use your money to buy them. Buy 5 bowl of onions when not even reach a small pop that they fry. fry now.
Ah.
Or how much? No, now. It's not worth it at all. Meanwhile, pepper is not cheap. Tomatoes is not cheap.
Those ones have been they've been dragging first and second since like May of this year. So one period
you
tomatoes.
go to the market and they pick that 500 naira pepper. They just select them before you know palm. They try and say 500. The same thing with tomatoes. Jesus was not born here now. I don't know.
So wait, so JJ, the prices for onions in particular justified? They say is transportation. They said it's scarce. Is it justifiable by you?
Well, if people want to join my crusade of not eating it, forbidding it totally for the period, I think the transportation will come down because it's not making any sense to me. The onion itself doesn't increase the size of the food.
Yes, it is. Well,
the only thing, it just makes the food sense. You use and fry all those granite oil and put other thing and take the aroma, just take over everywhere. Nothing more, nothing less. So for me, all those this thing there. If I'm sick, the onion will cure me.
And that's how we do it to help you. There's some medicinal problem.
I don't need the aroma for now.
Daniel is on the line from him. Okay, Daniel, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother Jude.
Welcome, please.
Daniel in
Pleasure to have you.
Yes. I think our president, since he has removed the subsidy from here, let him subsidize onion.
Onion.
They are not oil. So that no time, Christians have because I think, and when I say to the environment which I am in, I said that the only thing that is not following the blend of the time is really its value. It's salt. After saying it on air, the value of salt, people consume the salt. I know what I have from Nigeria after war, for you to know how good I am. Let those that produce salt take their own. Let all of us let everything take at the same time. Or let our people subsidize the lockdown here so that we can keep a little
they should subsidize the price of onions. It's coming too expensive. It's too much. On WhatsApp 009-030-641-6 009-030-641. We have Minaso from Okrika. Minaso, just give me a second. All right, let's read one message here so that they don't think that we've Minaso has run away. Oh, Minaso, no verse. All right, 017-923-0002. 017-923-0003. Clement on WhatsApp says, greetings, June. I beg, waiting be the benefit of onions. What did they do for body? Onions, they give long life and prosperity. There is nothing special about onions from the sound. Shh. It makes hot oil. Altering your neighbor's apartment. Clement, I've just said, in case you didn't get it, it is an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. You actually need stuff like onions, garlic, ginger, right? To help your body function. It's not like if you don't eat it, you will die, but they improve your function. They reduce the amount of free radicals in your body. So yes, you should take them, as frequently as you can. It's not a bad idea. Hello, Port Harcourt. Nigeriainfo, good morning.
Yes, this is Kuwate calling from Port Harcourt, my 3.
Good morning. You're in my 3 right now.
Yes.
You don't price onions?
But I'm not in the market, Mr.
Oh,
Juice.
okay, you're not in the market. It's all right. Okay.
This matter we are talking about is a very serious matter that I don't know what to say. Okay, imagine that last week I bought just 3 pieces of this onion. Just 3 pieces. Of it, 1,000 naira.
1,000.
1,000.
I'm going to the market tomorrow.
Well, my wife has been going to this market and she will tell me that onion is expensive. I said, okay, fine. Let me go and see. When I came back, she was laughing at me.
You doubted her.
I now humble myself and mellow down. Now, when she talk about tomato, onion, pepper, I don't say anything again. But I don't know what could be the problem or what is this thing?
Yeah, they said
the product, storing it or preserving it.
That's
what
not
is causing this whole thing is what we need to address, because we cannot be talking about it's high. What is the cause? Why is it like that? Is it what government can solve? Is it what individual can solve? Or is it because of the marketers or people bringing in as just deliberately
increased? Yeah. Well,
so I think it's a very serious matter that me and I don't even know how to handle it.
Well, we're hoping that as we're having these conversations, more efforts from the government is needed, because, like I said, there's a big problem with storage. We can store rice, we store grains, we store corn, we store beans. We can and are able to do so. Well, the other perishables like tomatoes, pepper, and now onions are on a different scale. But onions might be or should be easier to store because it doesn't have as much moisture, as tomatoes, for example. The texture is a bit more resistant. Favor is in Transamadi. Favor, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Favor.
That's everything.
We are looking for onions. That's how everything is.
Have you observed that during Xmas periods are most expensive?
Well,
especially these onions, tomatoes, and
tomatoes used to be the problem.
Hello.
Yeah.
There's no festive season that you don't find these things too expensive in Nigeria. The reason is that we Christians, we don't want to farm. And when it gets to the Muslim period, they are more expensive because of this farm. So that's why we're finding it
but
an opportunity to feast on it and make more profit.
But
so that is
for you, Favor, is there any justification for these prices to be this high for onions?
Sorry?
For you, is there justification for the prices to be high?
I feel if we were to be doing farming or farming onions, it would have not been like this. We don't do this thing. We just leave it for the Muslims, the farming. So keep finding it over and over again. Said next year and so on. This year now, maybe it's onions. Next year might be tomatoes or pepper. You find, very, very expensive. When I find out that onions is more, it's just
Favor, thank you very much. The sage in Rukbaku says, Jude, good morning. We are in the same boat in this. In fact, that period you mentioned, I decided to ignore cooking with onions and even beans. Yeah, that's true. I've never cooked beans, so don't take almost 1 month. I've decided to stay away from those items. I decided that until I see onions as doctor's prescription compulsory to be taken, I will not buy onions till the situation normalizes. It's all right. It's by extreme this morning. Jerry Michael in Port Harcourt says, Jude, spare your breath. Nigeria and Nigerians are their own worst enemies, except and until we are able to arrange and go back to the land, agriculture, we are drifting down the cliff. Additionally, greed is to blame. The solution lies in going back to the land massively commercially. Jerry Michael with that comment. John Wagugu. Let me... John is very explicit in his accusation. I'll tell you about John in a second. Walter is in Rukwaku. Walter, you don't buy onions?
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Jude.
Good morning.
It's a problem.
It is a problem.
You know me, I cannot eat anything without onions. I even chew it raw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anytime I want to eat like meat, just liver. If you don't slice onions, I don't buy. Like this year now, what can make onions to be high? I think it comes from north. These are bookie people selling suya now. If you go to where they sell suya and they don't have onions, I ask them why. It's not. I think it comes from your place.
No,
Tomato, fresh pepper.
Places, not just their place.
Most of all these things come from the north. It's not the same transportation. Why should onions be higher than all this? It didn't give me problem. I don't buy so again.
Oh yeah.
God has no onions. What would make it high?
Well, they say transportation. They say
transportation. Is it not the same transportation?
There's also the security. They say some say is a security situation, and then there's also the season. This is not the season for onions, so it's a bit more difficult. Okay. It's a bit more difficult to get.
Okay, if it's not the season, we can understand that. But there are onions everywhere. Why is it that it will be higher than every other this is like pepper and tomato?
That's where the problem is.
What will make it high? I became worried.
Well, your worry is as good as ours. Charles is on the island. Charles, please. Oh dear. Okay. All right. Let's go to commercial break. I'm going to read your messages when we return. All right. Before we get to Jude's Corner, I'll read up all your messages. It's like someone said. It sounds funny, but it is indicative of a bigger systemic problem. That agricultural produce in this country have a short shelf life. That means they are not stored properly. Their commercial value either increases or decreases because of the seasons.